Cedar Key is a village of about 700 people on Florida's Gulf Coast. Apparently a leading producer of America's clams. It's in the middle of nowhere and doesn't connect to anything. This intersection is about 20 miles away at Outer Creek, whose downtown looks like this. If you live here and you need any amenities at all, it's about an hour's drive to Gainesville. If you're going to Cedar Key, that's your destination. You can't stop by on the way up the coast. There's only one road to it, and the whole drive is basically what you're seeing now. So all you can really do is watch cartoons on the way or something. It's Mother's Day, so I convinced my mom, her dog, and her husband to go on a little day adventure. A few interesting things have happened here over the years. The Colombians used to smuggle cocaine in, and about 100 years ago a race riot saw an entire neighboring town completely burned to the ground. They even made a Hollywood movie out of that in 1997. These days it's mostly retired people and a popular tourist destination. Like us. Only 700 people live here, but despite that, there's quite a few businesses and foot traffic. The first thing we did was hike down this well-trodden trail through the woods. It was a typical, gorgeous, sunny Florida day. The trail spat us out at an unremarkable former dock, which had over the years been reduced to stumps of rotting wood sprouting up from the Gulf. This far off one, though, that my phone barely captured. It caught my attention just by virtue of it being still intact. So on our way back to the car, on my phone, I plotted a way to get onto that dock. In my limitless stupidity, we walked out onto this rickety piece of crap, and I assumed it to be the one I saw earlier, but looking at maps now, looking back at the footage, I realized that is impossible. It couldn't have been, because the one I saw was further down the street and in this condominium rental place's backyard. This was still fun though. Missing planks everywhere. Look, it's fallen in right here. I'm impressed the dog made it out here, further than my mom who chickened out. The town itself was very cute. I spotted a Syracuse magnet on the back of this car. Awesome. Cute but expensive. A decent sized but by no means enormous home, clearing $1 million asking price. This was the only run-down, shitty shack I saw, aside from the docks, I guess. I've taken a couple trips up into the Panhandle and have seen entire downtowns that look exactly like this building. Somewhere like Bluntstown or parts of Panama City. I still have that Panhandle footage, by the way, which I actually didn't realize until I was cleaning out my hard drive very recently. But it's a year old at this point, and it's hard to get me excited about editing crap that happened a year ago now. Hell, I'm probably only actually bothering to do this because my mom is in it. They have a lovely community garden. With a little notebook, where you can write things like Hannah here who missed a day of school to make a day trip. Maybe I'll come back here another time and read all of this. Got my mom to write something. Very pretty. Happy Mother's Day. Here is the Gulf of Mexico and the incredibly tiny beach of Cedar Key. We saw tons of pelicans. Watching the video back, they don't look like much, but I assure you they were much cooler in person. For whatever reason, some things just don't come across on video supremely well. This bird is much closer and bigger than it looks. Then we jaunted through downtown. Some old maps of the area posted here. Then we winded down with smoothies at the Prickly Palm. And that was Cedar Key, or at least all I saw of it. Pretty cool spot. Too many people, too many tourists though, us included. There's a museum and an airport which I didn't get to see. And I would actually like to walk on that dock that I saw at the end of the trail, so I may come back here someday and check that out. Nah, who am I kidding? I know me, I'll never come back here.